Hello everyone, I'm just back at Bishopwearmouth Cemetery. I just wanted to show you how much history is in this one particular ward of the cemetery. The very front of it, this is a plaque for "In everlasting memory we record the names of those civilians who lost their lives through enemy action on this town and are interred in this cemetery to the glory of God." So that's County Borough of Sunderland 1939 and 1945. So you can see all the names listed. I think there's about 100 on this one. We had a quick look. I remember this is just the names of the people who were buried in this cemetery. There would be other people who were buried at Sunderland Cemetery and Meadowhall Cemetery, but you can see some of the names. There's 3 Bergsons. I've never looked into any of these particular people, but you can pretty much guarantee, I would speculate, that they're all the same family. Also, there's several Humbles, but also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 members of, I guess that's one family, the Leng family, with William B. Leng Sr. For some reason I can think that there was a family, I'm sure there's a family in Pallion who sadly were all killed in a bomb. Might be them, but tragic bit of Sunderland's history, but also personal people, so they are remembered. Now this particular ward has a big Commonwealth Graves Commission section for soldiers who died in the 2 world wars. As you can see, there's a few hundred headstones. These aren't all of the Commonwealth Grave Commission's monuments, because there's another section in the distance down there, but also all around the cemetery there's individual ones. And remember, these are just the people who are buried here. There's also names mentioned on headstones of family members who died often far off lands, like Gallipoli out in the Far East, Palestine, North Africa. But it's not just soldiers, it's sailors and Air Forcemen, but you can get so much history from here. All these heroes. See, airmen, Merchant Navy, that's W. Edgecombe, Chief Officer of the SS Halo, 21st of March 1941, age 32, too dearly loved to be forgotten. Very true, well, you're not forgotten. Just look, there's a scan all around. And then we've got F. Aston, leading seaman of the Royal Navy, HMS Southampton, 11th of January 1941, age 33. Thoughts return to days long past, years roll on, but memories last. So a few of them have little epitaphs at the bottom. Somebody told me that, yeah, you had to pay so much per letter if you wanted extra bits put on. You get all the job roles in there for all these seamen. Right. That's R.P. Mackin, leading telegraphist, 11th of December 1945, age 28, so that was after the war had finished. There's a fine little spot. Yeah, I'm just going to read some of the titles of these men. Sapper, aircraft man, Royal Gunner, Bombardier, Gunner, Seaman, Boatswain, And then we've got all the different regiments. Pioneer Corps, Royal Artillery, the Hampshire Regiment. I can see wireless operator stroke air gunner of the Royal Air Force. Names of ships. That's a beautiful epitaph there. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning we will remember him. That's R. Charlton, an engineman. I think that must be the Royal Navy RPS. And that's him, HM Trawler Olive. Died Christmas Day 1942, age 42. See, with a lot of these men, you'll be able to go online and there'll be details on them and about their lives if people have added it to different war site memorials. But when I was at the church the other day at St Cuthbert's at Shadforth, one of the men I took like a separate video of to do a YouTube short. I had lots of difficulty finding out anything, so thanks to Stuart who helped me find out about him. The regiments: Northumberland Fusiliers, Royal Fusiliers. What ages have we got? 29. See, some people have the names on and others don't, so I might be wrong. You might, obviously, if you had to pay per letter, some people might not be able to afford that. It's a beautiful evening. R. Richardson, N. Walker, J. Sharkey, that's R.D. Brady, Tyneside, Scottish, the 23rd of December 1918, age 38. Thy will be done, home sweet, they rest on Jesus' breast. I always mention in my videos about Edwin Smythe, I always pronounce it bloody wrong. You can see there, there's his initial, and this is one of his finest bits of work. Now look at this, this is absolutely in beautiful condition. Now bearing in mind, I think Edwin Smythe died in the early 1950s, possibly, I think it was from memory. Look at this beautiful slate headstone. I don't know if it's been cleaned up a little bit. But to the memory of George Cunningham, who died November the 13th, 1918, aged 20 years. Also William Barwick, Thomas Clark, Matthew Henderson, John Nesbitt and John Scrother, all of whom gave their lives in the Great War in 1914 and 19. And this was erected by employees and workmen of South Hilton Engine Works in honour of their above comrades. What a great thing to do. Obviously money would have been tight. Flight engineer, Royal Welsh Fusiliers. Just going to show you DLI, died New Year's Eve, R.E. Settle. What I said about Edwin Smythe, with that beautiful slate stone, and there's his signature, the little mosaic. Everything he didn't always have mosaics on it, but he was skilled. And that's to the memory of Ronald, dearly loved son of J.R. and M.J. Reid, private in Links Regiment, died for his country January the 26th, 1920, aged 22. Some surnames I've never come across before. Sharpen, who was a wireless operator, Royal Air Force, 23rd of May 1944, I think he was just 19. And then we have a Dutch soldier, could be airman. I think he's the only one buried here. Durham Light Infantry, Northumberland Fusiliers, J.W. Brew, Tyneside, Scottish. If you remember, thousands of men died on home soil, not just from wounds that were received abroad, but also obviously you have the RAF men based in the area, people who've died in accidents and manoeuvres. And look at this. This fine memorial, and this is to the honoured memory of 400 sailors and soldiers who gave their lives for their country during the Great War 1940 to 18, 230 of whom lie in this cemetery, 75 in Sunderland Cemetery and 95 in Mearnall Cemetery, all in the borough of Sunderland. Name liveth for evermore. That's a fine memorial. See, I haven't even looked at these ones over here. Have a look at a few of these. Always well maintained. Different times of the year, there's different flowers. That's R.R. Reveley of the Machine Gun Corps Infantry, 10th of November 1918, aged 32. Loved in life, not forgotten in death. See one over there for an F.G. Leeming, Royal Field Artillery. Him that cometh to me I will in no wise cast out. Binion, a Willie, a Howard, Phillips, Wainwright, Pringle, a Hindmarsh. There's about 5 of these 6 in the white stone here. They've all got epitaphs. I'll just read a few out. You are not forgotten by those who loved you best. That's J. Hanlon, Royal Engineers, 6th of November 1944, age 49. So sometimes I know I do myself, I automatically think of just young men in the late teens and early 20s going off to war, but you know, there's loads of 30th in the 30s, 40th. These are all World War II ones in this section here. He sleeps where all is peace and sorrows are unknown. Well, that's quite apt. He gave his today that we might have our tomorrow. I dread to think what you think of the country these days. For our tomorrow he gave his today. R.A. Antlet. L. Morritt, Chief Petty Officer. Cook, Royal Navy, HMS Cochrane. Look at that. That's A. Noble, Royal Engineers, 5th of October 1944, aged 37, lovingly remembered by his wife Ada and only child Sylvia. He died that we might live. If anybody who's watching this video knows any of these people, please comment. And if you ever want any photos, just let us know. And next time I'm here I'll take some. S. Hyatt, Royal Army Service Corps, 4th of December 1918, private. Jump over. This 1921, 1920. These are all 1920, so this was after the war had finished. But obviously you think how many people, men, had serious injuries that they might have survived for months or years later, or died on service around the UK. King's Own Scottish Borderers, Thy Will Be Done. And that's W. Rutherford, Northumberland Fusiliers. He was 21, he died in 1922, ever remembered by his mother. I've got all these ones down here. Gunner M. Swan, 30th of April 1945, very close to the end of the war. Royal Army Corps, 1st of May 1945. These ones. Dearer to us than words can tell was one we lost and loved so well. As you can see, daffodils looking lovely. Just going to go down here and give you a shot of what it looks like. I'm going to leave it there, so thank you very much for watching this video. It is a place that I recommend you visit. So thanks for watching. I will see you next time.